to the official response and the very latest damage assessment from this storm. Joe Allgood has more on the shelters that are open in western Alaska and also what a disaster declaration means for people impacted by this storm. Joe.
Yeah, we're getting a clearer picture today of the storm's impact. The governor issuing that disaster declaration about 30 minutes ago, allowing the state to activate resources to the areas affected. Officials confirm there are no reports of injuries. The most infrastructure damage is within the Northwest Arctic borough. The State Emergency Operations Center is deploying supervisors to disaster areas to see what help they need the most. And this declaration opens up the state's public assistance program. It's designed to help communities restore critical infrastructure damaged by disaster. It also covers the cost of emergency response and protective measures for eligible applicants. One community that seemed to weather the storm well is Nome. We've been in contact with Ben Townsend, the news director at KNOME, and by his accounts, the city is doing all right. He went out today and took some video, which is what you're seeing now. He says there's some new logs of driftwood in the small boat harbor and beach foam along the coast. Stores are still well stocked and cargo appears to be coming in. But as we know, there's a second storm brewing and on its way. Ben tells us this right now is really the calm before the storm. He says all other city departments remain on standby, ready to respond to any upcoming events. Here's a list of some of the shelters that are set up if you need a place to go. In Kotzebue, the shelter is set up at the middle high school. We're told 109 people went there, mainly elders and those living in low-lying areas. In Kivalina, 287 people took shelter at the new school. And in Nome, the recreation center is serving as the primary emergency shelter. Should that facility be compromised, the shelter will relocate to Nome Belts Middle High School. You can find more on the disaster declaration and what that means on our website and live weather blog. And you can count on Alaska's news source to continue to bring you updates as they come in. Ariane?
All right, thanks, Joe. And really the reality of this powerful storm that swept across western Alaska, it's coming into sharp focus. We are seeing the community impact through your eyes, all thanks to powerful images and videos that you, the viewers, have shared with us. Georgina Fernandez continues our team coverage tonight with a look at the reality on the ground.
Hissing winds and aggressive water.
Just seeing the water creeping in from the back lagoon side slowly.
Wednesday night storm left behind a mess for residents in western Alaska, forcing evacuations in Kivalina and Kotzebue, where the storm ate away at the gravel underneath the ground leading up to Kotzebue's bridge.
And I know in some spots it was undercut by 6 feet or more.
On Thursday, residents had a sigh of relief to see water was starting to recede in some parts of town.
It felt really good just seeing that there wasn't, that uncertainty of how worst it was going to be, but also knowing that it did subside and that, just what's going to happen now with the community being put back together.
Other areas, though, are still underwater.
I do know that we do have some homes with water damage.
As the city begins to work to see the damage this storm caused. Georgina Fernandez, Alaska's news source.
And with so much developing weather, staying informed right now is crucial. Our weather app has 24/7 updated coverage right at your fingertips from the Alaska's Weather Source team. You can just search for it in the App Store.